In today's video, we're going to check out a brand new vacuum from Ecovacs. This is called the Deebot T20 Omni. It's a smart vacuum cleaner that has the ability of having, well, actually it has its built-in ecosystem of functionalities within an app. I'm talking about scheduling, I'm talking about, section cleaning, room cleaning, the ability of doing deep cleaning, the ability of actually doing vacuuming and mopping, of course, one after another in the same session, or even doing them independently. Last but not least, a built-in assistant that's built into this, as well as the ability of integrating it with both either the Amazon Assistant or the Google Assistant. This is TK, and this is my review of the Deebot T20 Omni, of course, made by Ecovacs. Let's go check it out. Like and subscribe, and make sure you hit that bell icon so that you're always notified to whenever we have new videos on the channel. Well, we're going to start off obviously with the unboxing, and this is pretty much a straightforward experience because the box that this vacuum comes in is the actual box that they ship it in. So just be aware, if you're having this sit in front of your door, everybody's going to know what it looks like. The one thing I'll probably say is that everything inside of that box is packaged very well and very securely so that nothing gets damaged in transport. You get the base station, of course you get the vacuum with the two brushes, as well as the two pads on the back. And of course we can't forget about the two tanks that you're going to be able to put in clean water in one, and then it's going to basically fill up the dirty water once it's done cleaning in the other one. So it makes it really functional and very easy. Once you've set it up, you have to obviously connect it to the power. It has a very nice L-shaped power connector on the back that connects directly into the wall to take minimal space away from the wall. The space itself, or the base station itself, is about 2.5, maybe 3 feet tall and about 1.5 feet out. And I say that about 1.5 feet out when you're talking about the actual ramp, as well as the vacuum when it's sitting in sleep mode, I guess, when you're not using it. So it does definitely need a little bit of space. But what I like about it is it's a flat top over it, so you're able to put things on it if you want. And it doesn't take too much space, but it actually looks really nice in the space that it's sitting in. So very nice and very simple. Took me about 4 minutes or so, about 5 minutes to get everything set up and of course get everything cleaned up, put the water in, take out all the extra pieces of tape, and then once we have everything set up, we pretty much have to download and install the app to be able to customize our brand new vacuum, or smart vacuum that is. Now, right before we jump into the application, just to mention there's a limited warranty card that comes inside of the package, as well as the instruction manual. Now, they have a nice little blade detangler here. This allows us to cut up any kind of hair or any kind of pet hair that you may have there that may be stuck in the brushes. And of course, a nice little brush with the handle on the side. Last but not least, the ability of cleaning the base station on the bottom with an expandable, extendable arm, so you're able to basically lock it in the configuration that you want. And once you're ready and you're done with it, you can put it away. And although you do get this in the box, it actually does clean itself for the most part, keeping everything tidy. Now, when it comes down to the application itself, it's pretty straightforward. Just download the Ecovacs application, pair your vacuum using the QR code option here, log into an account, and of course, customize it. It's pretty straightforward. You can actually add an additional one if you want. It's not limited by one. I named mine TK-T20, and of course I can go ahead and either rename my robot or delete it if I don't want to, and I can share it as well. There is the Smart Assistant here. That's the functionality that we're looking at in here. There's basically the Eco is the name of the assistant. You're able to speak to it. We have the ability of doing a quick shortcut of auto cleaning or recharging, meaning charging it automatically. Now, the really nice thing about this is that it's supporting a 5200 milliampere battery built into this to actually last you up to 170 minutes, which means it actually should have no problem going in and covering your entire home. And I'll give you a second here just to load up. Now, one thing I'll mention here, this is basically a mapping of the downstairs area where we are. This is where we decided to put our base station, somewhat kind of in the middle of the house. It mapped the living room, the kitchen area, the bathroom, and of course, this is actually the dining area, and then there's the kitchen area. And it colors it in different spots, allowing us to actually see how the information is basically going to be going there. Because if I go under area, I can actually activate which areas I want it to clean. If I want to just clean the bathroom and the kitchen, I can just have it do that. Or of course, if I wanted to do it the other way, I can do whichever form that I want. And that's one of the really nice things. Auto mode, pretty straightforward. It'll just clean everything. Furniture mode, this is where jumping into a little bit more into 3D mode. You can customize and start putting some of your information in there. But the one that I really like about it is the spot cleaning. This allows me to actually do specific areas in the house, in the kitchen, or in the bathroom to just clean. Let's say there's a spill and you want to basically get it taken care of. You align it, you tell it where to go, and you start the cleaning process, and the vacuum will ignore everything around the house and go specifically to that area. Auto mode, for the most part, though, if you're going to use it with a scheduling process, this is going to be the nice process there. Cleaning preference, again, we have a few options in there. There's the ability of doing vacuum and mop mode at the same time, or you can do them individually. You can do it once or twice. There's a quiet mode, which runs a little bit less volume level, although the standard mode is not too loud. It's pretty much in line with the other options that we have. strong. And of course, there's Max Plus that allows you to basically just clean at the deepest clean possible that you can. Station features when we go into it. We have the mopping pads cleaning, we have the empty dust, and of course empty, hot air drying, and of course self-cleaning. Also, of course, as I talked to you guys before, we have a clean water tank and a dirty water tank, or the brown water tank, that are typically positioned at the top, and then the little slot that's sitting in the middle there, that's going to be basically the dustbin, where it picks up all of the dust from the floor, empties it out there, and then starts cleaning again. You never have to touch the actual vacuum itself. Everything goes into the base station, and you just address all of the dirty stuff as they're needed, and you're ready to go. And as you can see here, we've had different sessions done, but yesterday I had to go through one. It ran about 53 minutes to run the entire house, and you can see the entire model, or how it actually did, where the pattern it went and where it started and where it ended. And I like the fact that we can actually go back and see those experiences. Smart cleaning, you can turn that on in there, as well as do not disturb, child lock, in case somebody goes up there and pushes the button on the actual station, because that's also one of the ways to turn it on. You can turn that off or disable it at least. And as far as accessories and parts, you're able to order the different parts or the different options that you're able to get directly in here. It tells you which ones they are. And one of the other things I also like about this is that this is obviously one map. You're always able to see how much battery life you have. And if you really want to be able to jump into a little bit more of a customized experience, you can go into the notification here where you get some of that extra info. This is it, T20, tap to view cleaning log. You can hear promotional messages, service information, of course, sharing messages. So we talked about the fact that the T20 has the ability of going all the way to 131 degrees Fahrenheit to clean the mops, and that's one of the really nice things that I loved about it. During that almost hour session that it ran yesterday that I'm showing you guys, it actually had the opportunity to stop at different points, go back to the base station, clean the mops, and then go back and continue the cleaning process. And that allows it to actually always make sure that it's clean and it's not putting in any kind of dirt or moving dirt around the house. And those mops, or those pads at the bottom, have the ability of going all the way up to 180 RPM. So that's a lot of power, on top of the fact that it has a really good suction experience to be able to pull out any cat hair, hair, dust, or bunnies, or anything around the floor, or even litter. As I was doing some of those examples for you guys here in the living room, I purposely put cat litter that typically would not be there, but those are big pieces that typically will be a little bit harder to pick up. So it's very nice. But one of the best features that I loved about this is how inclusive the entire experience has been. When you're setting it up, in the app for the first time, it actually does a run around the house. The way it got the mapping of it, it wasn't through in its process of cleaning. It actually uses the cameras that are built in there. It goes out from the base station and it maps the entire area, and it goes around, and that's how we were able to get that map. The really nice thing I'll also say about that is that, again, once it creates that map, it knows exactly where to go, and it categorizes the rooms based on, I guess, dividers. So this is how we were able to get 4 different areas on the map that I had, and it was easy for me to basically specifically tell it where to go clean. Again, spot issues, you spilled something on the floor, something fell on the floor, you don't want to take care of it. Align it, move the custom section in the app itself, and at that point, you're pretty much ready to go. It goes and cleans, gets everything done, and then goes back to the base station. And when it's ready, or when it's done and it needs things to be cleaned, either the dirty water to be replaced, or even if there's the vacuum bag that actually gets filled up, you definitely have the ability of going in there, into the base station, removing it, replacing it, and of course, everything gets going right away. They do have, or at least Ecovacs does provide the bags, as well as a solution to be able to help you do a better cleaning than if just using water. I've been using it with water within the last couple of days. So there's some things that you're able to do a little bit better cleaning. I want to show you guys real quick some of the main benefits of this station itself. As you can see, it looks really nice. The biggest thing here on the top is where you access the dirty water and the clean water containers. The container on the right is going to be the clean water, where you're able to put in water as well as the cleaning solution. And then once it's done cleaning the pads or cleaning the vacuum itself, the dirty water gets expelled automatically into the one on the left. And all you have to do is just take that out and, of course, empty it out, and then pretty much just start the process again whenever you're needing to clean up anything using either the mops or, of course, the vacuum itself, since it also has a nice little small container in the middle that allows you to actually basically empty out all the dirt that it picks up, and you're just able to get rid of that and put in a new bag in there. The one main benefit of this is the fact that it heats the water up to 131 degrees, which allows it to go from dirty mops, or basically the dirty mop heads after it cleans a certain specific spill or dirt or whichever, and then it brings them back to basically being rejuvenated to being brand new, making it so that you're not moving dirt around the house, and you're always going to keep getting that clean feel, that you're not going to be basically moving dirt, and you're not going to have any dirty environment as you're trying to clean the environment in the first place. Very nice and very inclusive system that allows us to just do everything on its own, and we just have to maintain the base station, and everything else gets taken care of automatically. The vacuum itself is smart enough to know the surface that it's cleaning on. If it has a surface combination of, say, flat surfaces or hard surfaces, and then it goes over to, let's say, carpet, it raises the mops when it goes over carpet, because obviously it's not going to mop the carpet. So it's going to go over just to do vacuuming. And then when it goes back to the flat surface, you'll see the mop pads drop and it starts mopping right after each other. And the fact that it does them together, it allows it to basically, when it's going through a path, clean, vacuum everything, and then just mop it up. So it basically goes through dirt, cleans it up, and it just gets everything clean after it. And it's really nice. And it makes sure that it stays clean. The functions that we have in here with the smart functionality, you can customize as far as using the assistant. I can launch it directly from my watch anywhere I am. Again, as I'm going to show you guys with a quick clip right now. So when it comes down to cleaning and vacuuming, those are the two things that we typically don't like to do. And one of the things that we can actually now initiate, not only when we're not home, but also when we're coming home. Let's say you're coming back from work and you see you forgot to clean the floor or whatever, you can have it turned on directly and have it be done before you get there. Or you can set up a schedule when you know you're not going to be there and allow it to do its cleaning. The one thing I will say, as far as a little bit of a tip, the way the configuration of the vacuum itself is a little bit higher than typical, like some of the other options on the market. And I found that it doesn't always go under, especially coffee tables, if they have a little bit of a low clearance. So if you're doing a deep cleaning, because you can customize that experience, make sure you move some of those furnitures where you want it to clean the main surface area and then bring them back when you're setting it up. If you're doing more of the auto, just understand that if it can't go under a certain area to clean, it's going to go around it, and it's obviously going to avoid any obstacles. And it's not just the predetermined obstacles from the original mapping. If something for some reason gets dropped there, a pillow, a toy, or whatever, it sees it. The camera system, the array that they have here, is smart enough that it sees the obstacle and goes around it. And obviously, it's not going to clean there. So just keep that in mind. I do want to say thank you very much to Ecovacs for allowing me to check out the Omni, or the T20 Omni. It is definitely one of the more advanced vacuums that I've ever had the opportunity to check out. It's inclusive, it cleans everything, and it just gets everything done, and it makes sure that everything is being done correctly. Meaning, again, I keep saying this, and I say this very importantly, I've seen other vacuums where they'll have basically just a mop on the back where it keeps going and it keeps cleaning, 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 and all it's doing is pushing dirt around. This allows you, well, it allows itself to clean the mops, make sure that they're done correctly, and then the house is not basically just moving dirt around. So again, thank you very much to Ecovacs. Thank you for checking out this video. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think? I'll see you in the next one.